Hello everybody, I am the Halfwit Brit and this is Manor Lords. As you can see there, with our lovely new church in the background, we have our farmers sowing the seed for next season, which will be wheat, and just to the right we have the field that they've just harvested, which will sit fallow next year. But it's autumn, as you can see all the trees are turning orange. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this time of year. I was going to say in reality, but I think you know what I mean. Just watching all the leaves change colours from oranges, golds and reds. It's just absolutely stunning. And especially when you still have like green trees as well. It's just a lovely combination. Anyway, enough of me sort of swooning over the way the village looks this time of year. We've got quite a few things to do. So just a little heads up. I have updated to the beta patch. I was debating whether I should or not, because there's always a chance when you're recording a series on YouTube that doing anything like that could break saves, but we're only a few episodes in. If it all goes wrong, it's not a huge loss. It's not like I'm 50 episodes deep. The main reason I did it, more so than anything, is because in previous playthroughs, the Baron just literally takes over the entire map before I have a chance to think, and I don't want to have to rush too much. So that's one of the deciding factors. It'll give me a little bit more time to breathe when I come to take over some different areas. In fact, as we can see, he's already took. He took this one as well? Yes, wonderful. And that was one that I wanted. So he's already took 3 while I'm still on my singular region, which is quite annoying. We do have these other 4 as well, so there is that. There's also the fact that the villagers will now eat different food sources. So previously they ate food in a certain order. I think meat was top of the list, followed by berries or something to that effect. Now they will pick random foods to take first. Which is really good thinking about it, because they're not just going to eat you out of one food source. It's going to make sure, hopefully, that you've got different varieties available all year round. Hopefully, fingers crossed. As we can see, we have some apples there as well, which is really, really good. And the other thing was the carrots. I always say carrots because of the picture, but the vegetables. The homeowners won't stock their storage first necessarily. They'll take some to the market to trade as well, which is great as well, because you don't want where we're looking for. Can we see their storage? I've seen it before. I don't know if you can actually see. Here we go. You won't see their storage just rammed full of vegetables or something. They'll now actually share with their neighbours, which is exactly what we want. Anyway, enough gassing. The first thing we're going to look at is a sheep farm. Now, obviously, we don't have a trader to get sheep, and we don't have a sheep farm. So that's our first problem to deal with. The reason I want to do that is we don't have flax. So obviously sheep give wool, so then that will allow us to sort of appease our level 2 burgage plots. Currently we have clothing supply of 1. I think we can make shoes. I think that takes leather, so we could do that, but let's just sort of plan out where we're going to put our sheep first. So let's have a quick look. So I was just having a quick think about how we could go about this. So the first option is to put a pasture in, which is great, works nicely, and the other option is to put some fields in. So every time a field is fallow, the sheep will be on there and they'd switch around, because you're always going to have a field fallow at some point. The problem with that is we'd have to invest a development point into that, which we haven't done yet, which is fences, I believe it's called. Where is it? Fertilize. There we go. Fence up. So we currently don't have that, and then we'd need 2 development points, because we'd have to do the heavy plough first. So I guess that narrows down our options for the time being. So when it comes to putting a pasture in, let's just look at that facility again. We don't really want to put it here, because this is going to be prime farmland later on. I've currently got my, I was going to say forester, it's a wood logging camp. Oh, so close. I was going to say woodcutter. I've currently got them removing these trees. I know that's a bit of a distance, and I did debate moving the building or even building a completely new building over here. The exception of fuel, we're not too bad. I think my next sort of plan is to take charcoal burning. I'm going here, there and everywhere with points at the moment, but this just seems to make sense. It's going to double up my my fuel, and considering that we're now making iron, I don't think we're making tools yet, are we? Let's have a quick look. So we got the clay furnace, which takes fuel. We got the bloomery, which is a smelter, I think, if I remember rightly. I think that's what it is. And hunting camp, it's not that. And we don't have a blacksmith, or are they called blacksmiths or toolsmiths? Let me just double check. Yeah, blacksmith. So yeah, we've got plenty of buildings using our fuel at the moment, not to mention that obviously all of our burgage plots are also using fuel. So even though there's 2 people in here, not having enough wood could become a problem. In fact, we have no timber currently, so maybe we will relocate that, but we'll just see. Anyway, I am absolutely wittering on here, and we've not even put our pasture in yet. So now we understand the reasons why. Let's put this in. Okay, after a little bit of a think about where I wanted to put this, I think we're going to go for this side of the village here, because we're going to expand sort of around this little mound hill, foothill, whatever you want to call it. It's not a mountain. I don't even think it's quite a hill. We'll call it a foothill. We'll probably expand a little bit that way, but mostly this way, as we've said before. So I think a pasture for sheep here is quite useful. Plus, it won't be far from the homes. So wherever we have our cobbler, that will be kind of in a good position. I'm going to make this fairly big. But currently, is that... Yeah. I don't know how many sheep we're going to have. I think about 25 to 30 is the most I've ever had. This is quite a big pasture, so I think it will work quite nicely. So we have that. Plus, we need the sheep farm that goes along with that. I'm just thinking about, let's see, and we've got not got enough wood, so we can't currently do that. We're going to have to reconsider our wood issue, I think, before we do anything else. But I'm just wondering, do I put a road in first, or... I kind of want to put this slightly off angle, because at the moment, this game offers really good sort of ability to do very dynamic and fluid looking towns, and I don't want to make it too grid-like, so there's nothing to say. If we're looking at the contour lines that are going across here, you wouldn't build your house sort of on the hill like that, albeit a slightly, you know, it's not too bad. When you come down to ground level, you'd hardly notice it. But I feel like if we built it somewhere like that, it just sort of makes a little bit more sense. And plus we'll have loads of trees growing in and around here later on. So it might look quite nice. Anyway, let me sort this wood issue out and I'll be right back with you. Okay, and we're back, and winter was approaching, the last thing that I saw there. So we're going to put this sheep farm, is it called a sheep farm? It certainly is, in place. We will then hook up the road here, and we will just double check. In fact, I say double check, you can't see. We'll just make sure that this forester is covering a good area. That will work quite nicely. New mercenary companies available. Okay. Treasury change registered. Ah, yes. Yeah, we have to pay money to the king now. That's one of the changes with this beta patch. I think it's to stop you having sort of unlimited money. And we're at 69% approval. We got -7 taxation there. So I guess we definitely need to sort of think about how we can make our people a little bit happier. I don't mind it being sort of this sort of level. I'd like it higher if at all possible. That would be really, really good. And the other thing, while I think about it, saw pit. This is one of the other changes as well. It now stores 5 instead of just the 1 log, so you don't get that irritating message up here constantly about the storage being full. That really used to drive me crazy because you're constantly checking it. Oh, what's full? Ah, same building over and over. So we're not having to worry about that anymore. We will also get a ox from here as well, because now we've got this new logging camp, which is going to cover this entire sort of forest. Remember, we're going for this stone deposit at some point. So having some wood over here would be quite useful. And currently the logging camp here is just taking care of these trees, being careful not to get too close to the wild animals. And yeah, we're definitely getting some timber, which then means... Oh, we still have 2 people in the woodcutter lodge, which is really good. How are we doing for 9 months? It's not too bad. How are we doing for planks? We have 80. Now, we're currently not trading them, but we definitely need them to do some other bits of upgrading. So we will need a sheep farm. We've got to remember that. We do have some cash. I can't remember how much sheep cost. But what I'd like to do is open up this castle planner, and we need the garrison tower. There we go, for the retinue. So we can place this wherever, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, I like the idea of it just where it snaps to the side, but let's have a look at the building. It wants to snap to the side here, but I'm pretty sure we can place it wherever we want, so I might leave a little bit of a gap. Let's see if I can sort of line this up, because it snaps, but if we can, yeah, perfect. And as you can see, it sort of extends this bubble for the complete area of our manor. We will need Tax office. Okay, cosmetic, so it doesn't actually do anything. But we could have that in here if we really want to. And obviously at some point we will need to do the outer towers and the walls, but this is going to give me more troops once this is built. So do I need to commit or just close? I can never remember. Will I get it right? Either way, it's done. So that should give us some more soldiers, because one of the main things we need to keep an eye on is bandit camps. Now, I can't see any. I am blind as a bat. I'm going for an eye test today, so maybe I need stronger glasses, but I currently can't see any. I've really wanted this land. I'm a bit annoyed about that. I mean, how? Let's see if we can just check. Oh, actually, to be fair, if we can get this one, the Emma fertility is great there. Flax isn't too bad. Rye and barley, to be fair, if we can get our hands on that one, I'd be quite happy. So hopefully the Baron doesn't take them all. What do we have? A rich deposit of berries. Yes, I mean, a rich deposit of iron would be useful as well. But I mean, we could attack him, but I don't fancy my chances, so we probably won't do that. Okay, so where are we at next? So we have our sheep farm. Let's just zoom in and have a quick look. Do you know the buildings and the details? I love adding little details to buildings in games if the option is there, but like when I look at these, I just think there's nothing that I'd like to add. It just looks really, really nice. I mean, in a kind of a in a grungy sort of way because of the medieval times. So we can have 49 sheep. Now, I'm debating whether we get the sheep breeding. I mean, this is a bit of a funny one, to be fair. I think Noble Rambler mentioned this as well. You think the sheep would know what to do. But I guess it's one way of stopping you being overrun and making like a huge resource out of them. But we will need, let's see, where's the, there we go, trade. So we need the livestock trading post. I don't think this matters where it goes, but again, I think the King's Road is definitely the best place to put it. So we currently have our main trader here. I think here will do nicely. Oh, I think we just upset one of our new ox. Is this the trader? Yep, so this will be the ox for, I was about to say our hitching post, but that's actually a stable, isn't it? So yes. How are we doing for timber? We have 24. Okay, we're in a much better place. Fuel's in a good place as well. I mean, winter isn't quite here. Or is it? November. Okay, we're still classed as autumn, so that fuel consumption is going to change drastically. Drastically or dramatically? I'm not too sure which word I wanted to use there. But either way, yes, we're going to use a lot more in the coming months. Okay, so I'm just debating burgage plots. So we have a couple of level 2. And we have a level 2 over here as well. I'm just thinking about shoes. We could upgrade one of the other ones. These two currently provide us a certain amount of hide. So I don't know if I want to take these away at the moment. If we quickly look at our food stalls. How are we doing for eggs? 21. So would losing a chicken be the end of the world? Or should I say chickens? And I know it was just speaking of, when I say a chicken and chickens, I always refer to people doing jobs, or it's families. It's such a hard habit to get out of, because I'm just so used to assigning people or citizens or whatever you want to put it to a building or a job. Whereas in this game, it's entire families. And oh my goodness, that is a lot of vegetables. I seriously hope that we get a really good harvest off that. That would be absolutely immense. That's cheered me up. No end seeing that. I think, yeah, we'll remove some of the chickens. And I'm thinking maybe this one on the corner. Because we've got the sheep farm here. And we've got the market stalls here. I will do some other market stalls further down the line. Probably somewhere over here. But I think we've got enough in this area for now. But I think, yeah, maybe we'll upgrade this one to... Ooh, a living space as well. No, we'll upgrade that one to level 2. And once that's done, we may... I'm just debating, because obviously if we expand the living space, there's 2 families, but do I want 2 families assigned to making shoes? Quite possibly not. And we currently have 6 people unassigned, so we could, at this stage, we've only got 1 family, I believe, in the farmhouse. Yes, because we don't need more than 1. But if we come over here, yeah, we're currently not taking any of the clay. So if I put 2 families in there, and we'll put 2 in there for now, which leaves me 1 spare. And if I recall, okay, we have a couple of houses free. So I'm looking at the... Am I looking at this right? I always get this wrong. Let me zoom in and just be sure. Yes, so does this mean we've got space for people to move in? I'm a little bit confused here. No, 2 of 2 families. Okay. And this one of 1 families. So I'm slightly confused what that green symbol means. If anyone can help me out with that. I think it's the number. So if the number is 0, it means there's no families. But this green one, oh, upgrade available. There we go. See? It didn't take long. I figured it out. These ones are level 2. So the ones with the green house. Oh, wait a minute. What about this one then? Requirements not met. Right. So that's why. Okay, so that's what the exclamation mark is. Okay, yes, we're getting there. So if it's 0, so do we have any spare burgage plots? That was basically the answer, or the question I was asking myself. So no, we need more burgage plots. My goodness, that took some working out, but we finally got there. Just sort of trying to slow myself down a little bit, and my brain finally kicked in. Okay, so where should we go next? Well, we don't really want to go that way, if I think about it, because we were coming this way, as I said before, towards the stone, because that's going to be something I just want to trade. We could probably do with some houses within this area, because we are going to have farmland here later on, and I kind of like the idea of some houses coming around this mound here as well. So let's have a quick see. We could put a well in as well. If I had £1 for every time I said that. Well. Maybe here? Just on this curve? I don't see me building anything. Where's the... Oh no, they're over here. Ooh. You know what? I think here is fine. We shall do that. And then some burgage plots. I like the idea of the smaller ones, but I also like the idea of some of the double-sized plots, because when you upgrade the buildings to level 2 and 3, it changes the layout a little bit. And in some sense, I like... Even though this is kind of... could say the town, I like the idea of this to be more of like a village, and then building a bigger town somewhere else within this area. I know we have other places we can go, but just thinking more of with a church in the center, surrounded by markets, and then surrounded by like the level 3 houses, I think may just look quite nice. So I'm just going to be a little bit thoughtful about that, and we'll sort of work to that direction, I guess, at some point. But we do need a few sprinklings of houses here, there, just to cover some of the things we're going to do. So I think we're kind of coming across here. We could get a couple in here. They may not be able to access the market though, so we just have to bear that in mind. So we'll get some in here next to the log cutting camp, the forester camp. I'll get it right eventually, I promise. Let's make that a little bit bigger. There we go. That will do nicely. Logging camp. Oh my goodness. I don't know why things are so difficult. Words are not easy, believe me. One half of my brain knows exactly what I want to say. The other half, not so much. But yes, that's just how it is. Let's have a look. Where does this road stop here? Okay, you're stopping there. You're not particularly going anywhere. I think I was following the contour line thereabouts. I literally cannot see. Are we snapping? We are. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm following a bit of a contour line here, so we may just continue that. It's not particularly going anywhere as it stands, but we will do that, and we will then, I think, join it up here as well. That will work quite nice. And yes, we will put in a couple more burgage plots. We're not doing too bad for food, so I'm not overly concerned at this stage. I think, yeah, do we do them? Do we do a couple like that? I think we might. Just to kind of shake it up a little bit. I don't want it looking exactly the same all the way along. Perfect. Okay, so let's let them build, and we will keep a close eye on that fuel. But what we really need is the level 2 or higher to get the extra development point to get that charcoal, I think. I think that's going to be a game changer for us. So maybe I should upgrade a couple more buildings and get to that point. And the upgrade is complete. So does that now allow us some extra soldiers? Yes. Wonderful. We have our retinue perfectly. 5 of 24. What did I just push there? Oh, ready to rally. No, we don't want to do that. We can come in here and customize and change the way they look. This costs money, I think, so I'm not overly bothered at this stage. There is some upgrades that will come in at some point as well, but we have these guys now, which we can send out to take out the bandits later on. And I think that is their sole purpose, so we're not going to take any of our citizens away from the jobs that they're doing. When we use these, albeit we could probably do with a few more than 5, even though they are better. What I would like is some archers. So I'm going to put that in. Do we have any bows? We currently don't have any bows yet. But if these guys are up front attacking, I'd like some bowmen. Is that what they're called? Archers. Just behind them, just firing over the top, just to make things a little bit better. So I'll leave that there as a reminder to myself, and obviously that will fill up in due course as we have more people. Okay, we've just reached December, and the first upgraded burgage plot to level 2 that we were doing, I say first, it's these two over here, is this one. So we're just going to have a quick look at what our options are. So, warbows, that's definitely something we're going to need. Tailor's workshop and cobbler's workshop. To be fair, blacksmiths, there's quite a few things going on. I have never built this before because there was not much point in I was going to say bowmen. there wasn't much point using archers previously due to just the way I think they were nerfed before the game actually went live to the general public. So we'll give that a go and see how that works. This one is definitely still going to be unassigned families needed for construction work. Oh, this is where. Yes, we've made them an artisan, so we've lost a family. And that completely threw me off what I was saying there, but not a problem. We'll take a family out of there, that's perfect. I think I was referring to the archers just not being worthwhile, so we'll give that a go. This is definitely going to be the cobblers. I think they're called a cobbler. Let's have a quick nosy. Cobbler's workshop, yes, perfect. So we have quite a few level 2s, so we're almost getting up to that point of getting the development point that we want for the charcoal, so that will definitely be the next thing that we actually plonk down. There's so much building going on at the moment. Thankfully we have more than enough timber, and it's probably a little bit too much, dare I say it. So what I might do is just turn this one off for a little bit. It will free us up some people to do some other bits and pieces around the village, which just makes a little bit of sense. I don't even think, do we have the, yeah, so the livestock post isn't currently there. And as far as I know, while I've been sat here just watching the game go by, we've not had any more bandits. I was looking forward to laying waste to a few more this episode, but I got one right at the beginning before I pushed record, and here comes the snow. And that was it, because we need 2,000, I believe. Let's have a quick nosy over here. Oh, 1,000. Oh, wait a minute. Pause. Well, game pauses when you zoom out anyway. Ooh. Decisions. Rich deposit of clay. Is this the one? Yes, iron. Ah, so it's 2,000 if it's... Yes, I see, okay. So if it's the barons, I get it now. So we could... Which is going to be the best one? We need to zoom in a tiny bit. Pause the game. Not speed the game up. Come on, you half-wit. Open the construction menu and let's see. Okay, so that land, no, straight away. No, so, but yes, it's not a lot of green going on. Let's just check the flax. I'm just looking through the different regions. The barley. Yeah, I think this is the one that we need. So I think the only problem with this is when I go to claim it, he's potentially... I'm going to upset the Baron a little bit, but... let's do it and let's see what happens. And there we go. The Halfwit Brit. Wallbrand, let's see. With any luck, we'll get that with no fight necessary. We also have raiders coming. There's always a chance as well that the Baron will take those raiders out. I've had that happen so many times. I think I've mentioned that previously. I've never had to deal with raiders. It's so strange, but you know, just as the game is. Is that this one? While we're here, we will switch that to... Yes, we didn't expand the living space there, so we're not going to lose another family. So we'll make you cobblers. Job done. If we're a little bit short of cash when it comes to buying the sheep, we have plenty of planks to trade. We probably have enough. Where's the iron? Have we actually made, yeah, 61 iron slabs, so we could make tools to sell as well. So there's lots of options when it comes to income, so yes. Anyway, level 2 or high, oh there we go, level 4. So we need one more level 2 to get that development point. Now, assuming nothing happens of interest until that point happens, I will see you at that point. Right, I'm a little bit confused. I'm just looking at the firewood cutters here. We had a message that popped up to say that we lost a berry bush because of deforestation. I never realized that the firewood cutters actually went and chopped their own trees. That is a new one on me. I thought they required logs from the logging camp? Yes, got it right. So yes, that's quite interesting. So they've been just going chopping random trees down, which has caused me a little bit of an issue there. And the livestock trading post is also ready. So I've now moved their working area away from the berries in order to stop that issue. Anyway, we did get our development point. So I would like, there's other things I would definitely like, but I want this charcoal burning because I am going to be making tools. I've only got a certain amount of iron anyway. Do we have any potentially over here? Yes, not a lot. See, that's why I wanted a rich iron deposit. Do we have any? So yeah, potentially later on, if we're fortunate enough, we could go for that as well. But yeah, so that's something for the future. But now we have that gives us another building to chuck in. Now if I remember where that is, there we go, charcoal kiln. It makes sense exactly where it is. So if we grab you, now where would the best place for this be? Now I've had this conversation before, I think when we were talking about was it you, the tannery? Yes. There is a smell, work in progress. This is probably the most ideal place for it, but as smell isn't an issue, I'm not too worried about it. I could quite happily put that here, but I can imagine the pollution coming off that would be absolutely immense. So the question is, where does one put it? Well, it does need to be near the woodcutter, because they're going to take the firewood and turn it into charcoal. So hey, it's one of those. Do I just put it kind of out here a little bit? I'm not going to affect the berries too much, and hopefully it will get surrounded by trees at some point. So I think we may go with that, and we'll probably just, I mean, I'm going to end up probably wiping out a few trees doing this, but there we are. Perfect. So that should help when it comes to fuel. That should like double what we're doing, so it means less berry bushes shall be sacrificed. And also, what did we see? We got the livestock trading post. Here we are. We currently don't have any spare people to put in here. Whether you need them or not, I can't remember, just to buy things. Possibly not. I don't know if they take it to the farm, but we'll soon see. So, sheep. Cost 30. We've got plenty. So if we put... oh, I don't know. Let's say 10, just to start off with. What have we got here? Allow foreign trade. Aha, that's one of the new changes as well. So I can use the trading post to trade between this region and the other region. So two traders will bring things across back and forth. So we have that as well. So, oh, lambs. So you could import baby sheep. Interesting. Is that going to be a food source or just a slower way of getting adult sheep? I'm not too sure, but interesting. Okay, so we'll leave that at 10 for now. We will need more than that in the long run, but for now I think that's perfectly fine. Hopefully we don't need someone in the livestock trading post for that. While we're looking at wood, we'll take a family out of the logging camp. We'll put one here in the sheep farm. Family request more market stalls. Oh, the cobbler shop. Have we filled this area up? Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll make it a little bit bigger. I don't think you can just expand it, which is a little bit annoying. I know you can move market stalls if you wish, but you can't just expand the actual area afterwards. I think where market stalls are concerned, I feel like that would be quite a good sort of feature. Just giving you the option just to expand it slightly, because it shouldn't affect the buildings. Maybe not make it smaller, but make it a little bit bigger, I think would be quite useful. But yeah, anyway, that's done. And I realized as well I made this the cobbler's shop, and I completely forgot cobblers, as far as I'm aware, yes, need leather. So it should have been over here. But never mind. What's done is done. How are we doing here? So the Fletcher's shop. So they're making... Not making those, are they? Does it tell us what they need? I'm going to venture a guess that they just need wood. But I feel like wouldn't they need some kind of flax or something for the string? I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens. It doesn't, as far as I can tell, it doesn't tell you exactly what they need to make the bows, and we currently don't have any bows, so I'm assuming we're missing something there. We have our tailor shop as well. You see, this one does. I'll double check in a second, make sure it's not me. So that needs a linen to make gambesons. That needs linen and dyes. That one needs yarn. I think yarn comes from wool, so we'll be able to definitely do that one later on, which is really good. Let's just double check. Yes, interesting. It doesn't tell you what you need. I feel like it's going to be more than wood, but I guess we'll find out in the short term. It's definitely going to either make something or not, and if it doesn't make anything, then I definitely know that we're missing something. I'm guessing, in fact, someone will probably tell me in the comments. There's loads of you out there that are really knowledgeable about this game, and I get lost in the beauty of it, and I don't take a lot in, unfortunately. I just sit back and I'm like, oh wow, that just looks absolutely stunning, and then that's it. Brain has left the building at that point. It is just super eye candy. I probably should prioritize some of the buildings, to be fair. We have a new family come in, and the generic storage is full. Well, that does not surprise me. Oh my goodness. That is an awful lot of logs. We have 55 currently. We could probably stop them for the time being. And we will increase the charcoal. How are we doing for planks? We're not doing too bad. We've definitely got enough people in the woodcutter, so to be fair, most of the buildings that I require people in have people in them, so not a bad position to be in, I guess. I was just thinking to myself, we harvested, didn't we? We don't have a windmill, so if I check my granary, oh look, we have grain, and we've not got a windmill or a baker's. So there is something that may cheer people up, adding another food source. In fact, would that be... Oh, there's the save. There we go. Yes, we're short of one food source here. We have every other one, so we definitely need to put this in. Now, this requires, as you can see, you got windmill efficiency there. So it needs to be in a place that has a pretty decent efficiency. Woohoo! We've just claimed a region. That happened really, really easily. I expected that to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Just looking. Leather. Oh, right. This is what they need. So they got shoes. They got their 2 types of clothing. I can see. And they've got their 1 type. That's why they're green. So the ones here that are not green is because they need another type of clothing. And obviously we're making boots. So that should work quite nicely. 95%. I'm just thinking this is farmland over here. Albeit I can't switch on the little menu that tells me at the side. Is this because it's higher up? Interesting. Or maybe not. Because if it's really high, I don't know if the trees impact it. Let's see over here, 100%. Yeah, I think it's to do with height and trees. So if there's nothing blocking it, yeah. Here sort of makes sense, I guess. Let me just switch this quickly. Right, so I can see where the fertility is there. I've lost the building. Where's it go? There we go. Can we have... as close to 198? We'll lose a little bit of the land there, but that's, I guess, not too much of a problem. It's only a small portion, isn't it? So we now have that, which means we can now make bread. I'm tempted to put that over here. I know it's a little bit of a movement. You have to go and collect the flour and bring it across, but the market space is here. And I don't know, for some reason, I just like the idea of it being next to the farm. And there we go. Job done. Wow. We've actually got quite far this episode. I'm really happy with it. So we've claimed another region. There we are. And if you have any ideas on names for these regions, Nushlo, and well, Walbrand's not too difficult to say. But if you've got any ideas of names for these places, then let me know, because I'd be quite interested. I'm tempted to name them after English towns, but if we can Maybe come up with some names that sound English. That would be really, really good. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. I've really enjoyed what we've managed to accomplish today. Shame about the bandits, but until next time, take care.